Hello and welcome to Allegedly Astrology. Each week, we break down the astrology that happened during some of the biggest scandals and events in history.
And this is our special segment called Allegedly in the News, where we take a current news topic and do a quick chart on it.
So, Dana, what allegedly in the news topic are we talking about today?
Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo's press tour for Wicked.
Yes. The Wicked press tour memes keep memeing. So you may remember the first Wicked press tour for Cynthia and Ariana for delivering many strange viral moments, like the holding space meme, where Cynthia was taken aback by a reporter telling her that people are holding space for the lyrics in the song Defying Gravity, and Ariana holding on to her little finger in response, which also, you know, those memes that was like, I hate gay Halloween. What do you mean you're X, Y, and Z? And then someone was like, what do you mean you're Cynthia Erivo's nail from the press tour that Ariana Grande was
That's funny.
Caressing or clutching?
Oh my God. Well, I had the amazing privilege of rewatching that, like clips of that while researching this. And it is honestly something that seems like it would be in an SNL skit. Like everything about it is like just so absurd. And the woman's just like, oh, did you know like people are just like holding space for the lyrics of that song, Defying Gravity, and like really standing in their power? And that's like how she said it. And then Cynthia's response is like, I had no idea.
Like it's like honestly, based on that question, because it's so nebulous what that could mean. Like what like I know what it means in like a situational thing, like someone is this and you hold space for that, like all right, I have to hold space for this. But in the context of people are doing it, it's like well, that's a great response of like someone who's very properly media trained now that I look back on it, because what do you want me to say to that? I don't even know. In what way, lady? Or
I know,
what lady?
So funny.
Sorry. I don't know what they were.
So the second installment of Wicked, called Wicked for Good, is now in theaters, and the film received slightly weaker reviews than its predecessor, but it still was hugely successful, grossing $440.1 million worldwide. But just like the first Wicked press tour, where Cynthia and Ariana were kind of being a little bizarre, they're back up to their old shenanigans.
They are. And Ariana and Cynthia often broke down crying in interviews, and they often held hands and touched each other. That sounds weird, but like they were just like touching.
Platonically touching. Yes. But some strange things also did happen, not by their making. For instance, during one of the film's promotional panels, Ariana was seated between Cynthia and the producer of Wicked. His name is Mark Platt. But Mark grabbed Ariana's arm,
which was weird. And then, I don't know, people couldn't tell if it was like a moment of excitement or not, but he was like shaking her arm really firmly for several seconds mid-conversation. And then he only let go when Cynthia intervened.
But I feel like it's important to know, like, this was not like a violent thing. It was like he kind of like grabbed her arm up, kind of like an excited moment. But then Cynthia like gently reached for Ariana's arm, which that was like when Mark released it. And then she like held it for a second before like placing it out. No, it was pretty weird.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch these.
Yeah, I didn't see that. That sounds fun.
And then at the Singapore Wicked premiere, a man jumped a barrier and grabbed hold of Ariana. Scary. But then Cynthia and her bodyguards stepped in to protect her.
Excellent.
Yeah, the guy is like an annoying, like, I don't know. No,
Did they
he's
know
like,
who-
I'm not sure if he's
even
a YouTuber,
scarier.
but he's like, I'm gonna go say hi to Ariana, and then he like jumped.
Killer could carry her away. Like that's
He's just
terrifying
like one of those
for her.
annoying guys
That's
that
so
does, like,
perverted.
pranks, it seems like.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so sick of.
yeah.
I hope they play a prank on him in prison.
So in another strange happening, Cynthia lost her voice, and Ariana said she wouldn't do any speaking interviews in solidarity.
So they would just do interviews, but just only nod their heads or shake their heads.
I like them more and more as this episode goes on.
No, they just like went on the red carpet and like posed for photos.
I'm kidding.
I wish
Dana.
they
didn't.
Oh, I really wanted them to do that. All right.
No, but they're weird enough that you thought that was a possibility.
I hope this segment evolves into us starting rumors.
And finally, another big topic of conversation has been their weight. They both appeared to be significantly thinner throughout these press tours and this movie in general.
Yeah. Well, especially too with like the first Wicked, like before Wicked and after, but it is a very drastic difference. But in addition to just like their overall different appearances, a lot of clips are going around of both of them getting like super overly sentimental. They're crying over seemingly small things. They're discussing each other's like auras. They're like, what aura would Cynthia be? And Ariana's like, purple and something. And then all of a sudden she's like, she stopped and she's like, what? I said purple? Why did I say purple? And then she like starts freaking out that she said her aura was purple. It's so weird.
Not good. What does the purple aura mean?
I don't know.
It's like good. Like purple aura is like a lot of times I'm pretty sure it's more like you're like spiritual, kind of like witchy.
Yeah, purple's like the color of like magic and
Yes, it
sex. So
says-
like creation.
A purple aura signifies deep spirituality, strong intuition, wisdom, and a connection to a higher consciousness. That
Yeah.
seems great. Ariana, why are you freaking out, girl?
Yeah, the color
But-
of Prince.
The color print.
I would want a purple.
But so people are like, is there something going on that's weird, or are they just trying to go viral again and they're just being like super theater kid?
I mean, they are theater kids.
Yeah.
But some speculate that they're so emotional because they lost so much weight and are in fight or flight mode. And they're so stressed that their nervous systems are dysregulated and they're hyper reactive.
I mean, that could also be true.
Could be true.
And also
Could
the
just
stress from
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, again, the haters are saying they're just trying to go viral again. Whatever's going on, you know, Cynthia and Ariana definitely have a very interesting energy. So the question on all of our minds, Dana, what is their synastry like?
Okay, Ariana was born on June 26, 1993 at 9:16 p.m. in Boca Raton, Florida. And you can learn more about her on our Patreon episode about her.
Oh, yes, we do have that. So subscribe to our Patreon.
And then Cynthia Erivo was born on January 8th, 1987 in London. And we don't know what time she was born. So Ariana,
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah.
Cynthia,
we
tell
need to
us.
know. Ariana has a Cancer sun, a Libra moon, and a Capricorn rising. And then Cynthia has a Capricorn sun and a Taurus moon. So Cynthia's sun and Mercury in Capricorn are conjunct Ariana's ascendant. So they are in sync. There's strong communication and identification with each other. They can finish each other's sentences. Like it really, this is great for like a press tour. I would want this with someone I was going on a press tour with. So I would be exhausted, I'm sure. Or I would talk the whole time. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I would do. It matters that this behavior is like, I don't know. I think it's good for them. Also, they have opposite suns in Mercury. So Ariana's Mercury and sun are in Cancer. Cynthia's are in Capricorn. This is opposite ends of the same spectrum. It's good for playing opposite characters who actually have a lot more in common than,
That's
wow, we have so
cool.
much in common. We're actually the same ends of, the seesaw. And then Cynthia's sun conjunct Ariana's rising, that of course also adds beneficially to this dynamic. And it's reflecting their characters too, like Ariana or Glinda sort of brings Cynthia on board because she's like the popular one. Also the one who, she's like the mean girl too, which is sort of Cancer. Cancer is like kind of like Barbie mean girl in some ways sometimes, which is to say a lot stronger than people give them credit for. And they both have Venus ruled moons. So Ariana's moon's in Libra, Cynthia's is in Taurus. It's, of course, lends beautiful voices. And also, like, their appearances are a topic of conversation. Venus is all about appearances. Not all about, it's about connection, love. It's about appearances. Also, just with the moon relating to bodies and Venus about appearance, like, the way they look is up for fodder. It's, fodder for us and everyone else. But in general, these are two people who don't thrive on conflict and they would rather smooth it over. So even addressing things, like, it's just sort of, they're sweet. They want to get along with people. They're conflict, not necessarily conflict avoidant, but they aren't really interested in starting it or ending it. They just don't want to be there. Cynthia's Neptune in Capricorn is exactly opposite Ariana's sun and exactly square Ariana's Jupiter and her moon. So this adds both creativity and nebulousness. There's a fascination, or like it is or feels like a divine connection. Neptune relates to divinity, religion, intoxication. People are interested in the nature of their relationship. Neptune has so much to do with fame, a lot of questions around it because it is certainly strange. So
and Ariana always brings the questions about all of her relationships.
So she's
Yeah.
It's
Neptune
like
conjunct her ascendant. So
nobody, like, she's never been with somebody that everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense,"
Yeah.
you know? But, like, now it's even transcending into her friendships.
Hell yeah, Ariana. Keep us
But
guessing.
keep us guessing, girl.
And then Cynthia's Saturn is conjunct Ariana's North Node. The North Node has a lot to do with obsession. Saturn is like also about restriction. So if I was going to be a psycho, I would say Cynthia is the reason that they're both so skinny. She's telling everyone to stop eating because Saturn is restriction. But I don't really think that's true. I think more they
I'm sure there's
respect
not
each
be
other's
like,
work
"Everybody
ethic.
stop eating."
No, of course not. I mean, that would be insane. I was,
Everybody stop eating.
but I have to
Say,
think about how I would be a tabloid artist with all this too. And I don't, that's not true. So, but the Saturn, any like Saturn connection in synastry is going to create like an I can't quit you vibe. It's very committed. The North Node is about obsession. So this is sort of really is good for the image they have. It supports it. And it could go on forever. They could have a really like it could devolve, but I think this is probably also good for keeping things in perspective. I like that. And then
Yeah,
Cynthia's
they have so much nodal synastry
yeah.
too.
Cynthia's moon is conjunct Ariana's IC. So this is familiarity with the deepest parts of Ariana and like feeling comfortable together. They could be in a room together, not have to speak. Like this is also like communicating by like grabbing a finger. Do you know? It's like we don't need to talk, but we're cozy. And then Cynthia's Pluto is conjunct Ariana's midheaven. So their connection changes the public perception of Ariana. That's what the midheaven has to do with. So maybe Cynthia makes big decisions for Ariana or, helps Ariana make big decisions. Pluto is all about like power. So in terms of big power, like in terms of Epstein, in terms of, I don't know, any government or sort of like royal scandal, Pluto's a really important planet to like, it's just one that's like always present. So, and then I was thinking, okay, what though does everyone who's like has like a lot of power, what is like something that's majorly in common and how can that apply to real people's lives? And it's that people who are in power make significant decisions for like large swaths of people.
Mm.
And so I just feel like that this is how one way that sort of transits like or translates without being like a sexual scandal because most things aren't that, but some things certainly are. But just yeah, this is maybe Cynthia wielding some power over Ariana's career, not nefariously, but just like having, like this is a big decision. Maybe she helps her. Maybe it's because of her. I don't know. That's my take. And then Cynthia's South Node is conjunct Ariana's mood and Jupiter, like Sarah said. There's a lot of nodal synastry here. So this adds some familiarity. It also balances out sort of like the nodal spectrum a little bit. There's South Node synastry. There's North Node synastry. So this just makes things like simple and easy and feel like familiar from the jump. And then Cynthia's Venus is squaring Ariana's Mars and Saturn. And this is like it could be tough for synastry, for romantic synastry, certainly. But for creative synastry or like this like gives Ariana a hand in, some sort of power in the relationship too. So Cynthia has the Pluto power, Ariana now has Mars and Saturn. Cynthia's Venus, there's like tension, there's learning, there's changing. Maybe Cynthia felt like challenged by Ariana's talent, and so she stepped up. And so they keep changing things, it's interesting. Also, maybe Ariana finds a lot of solace in Cynthia because maybe her Mars Saturn opposition is like tight and it's tough. Some suggest the toughest aspect to have in astrology. And with Venus there, it can be like a very soothing and creative charge. And then Cynthia's Jupiter and Mars trine Ariana's Mercury. This is great for creativity, good for agreeing, good for helping each other. This is, being like, what color is your aura? It's purple. Why did I say purple? And then both also have hard aspects between Mars and Saturn in their natal charts. So Ariana has the opposition, Cynthia has the square. This is good for just creating, like it's generating. I mean, it's good for restriction. So yeah, do they have an anorexia pact? I'm not ruling it out. As a tabloid artist, I'm not ruling it out. As a normal person, I don't know. I don't have much to say on that. But yeah, just with Mars and Saturn, like this is a familiarity between people. Sarah, you have a Mars Saturn square, and I have the Mars Saturn opposition.
Oh,
Maybe this is why we're
yeah.
friends.
Yes. Oh, and you said that's one of like the worst things to happen at
Yeah.
shows. Good job. Good
I
job,
really want to
Cindy.
know what Cynthia's rising sign is because I feel like she's so earth.
I wouldn't be
Like,
surprised.
Yeah.
And
I
for
feel
some
like
reason, the first thing that popped into
she
my head was
needs
Libra.
something. she needs something. I was gonna say an air sign rising, I could see.
Interesting.
Well,
Or
one
water. Definitely not fire though.
For sure.
one thing looking at this chart that besides all the nodal synastry, is how you were talking about how Cynthia's moon is on Ariana's IC, and then Cynthia's Chiron is like pretty close to Ariana's south node. And something that people are kind of speculating about is like that Cynthia like kind of knows or can relate to Ariana's traumas. And that's like why she's like, they're always like touching and stuff like that. And like Ariana's kind of like being like infantilized again because it's like maybe she just like knows these things about Ariana or like can see something on a deeper level. And I feel like Chiron on the South Node, maybe Cynthia experienced like something similar. I mean, Ariana was a child star. She's probably like been through some like
She
weird
worked with Dan
shit, you know?
Schneider.
Yeah. So like
Oh god, I forgot
maybe
about that.
Yeah.
this is like fanficking, but like, Chiron is typically this wound, but when you overcome it, you can like heal people. So maybe Cynthia had something similar and is like, or experienced something similar and is like helping her through it or trying to like protect her or something. I don't know. But it is a weird vibe together that they have.
For sure. For sure. And I love them for it. Apparently. But yeah, no, that's really interesting. And also sort of, I don't know what you said just now that sparked this in my head, but like has her moon and Jupiter in Libra in the 10th house. Oh, thinking about how Ariana used to have, so when you said that, like how she was like a child star, she used to have like bright red hair. She used to, I mean, I wouldn't call it baby fat. She just used to weigh more.
Yeah.
And I think through changing her appearance and her behavior with the moon is so much about change in her 10th house, like, and 10th house having to do with like how the public perceives you. Like that could be her dealing with outward things, since the moon has so much to do with like soothing. So like, I mean, people say like she's had so many different, like she's moonlighting as different ethnicities throughout her
Especially in
career.
Libra too. It is like beauty.
Yeah. So that's,
I did love when she was so tan.
yeah.
And she's Italian. That was a fun fact I learned.
Oh yeah.
She's
Yeah.
not
I knew that.
Latina.
I
She's
remember
Italian.
that she like that was like a huge deal when people like found out she was Italian and not
Ariana
Latina.
Grande Butera, I think is her name.
Oh, her last name is Butera?
I believe so. There's a grocery store in Illinois called Butera.
Well, I for one will be sad that the memes of Wicked are over, but
Did you see the movie?
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I will be watching.
Yeah, same.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening and supporting Allegedly Astrology. And if you have an allegedly in the news topic you want us to cover, feel free to DM us, email us, comment on the episodes. You know how to reach us.
If you have my number, call me.
Yeah, if you have Dana's number, call her, text her, call her, beep her if you want to reach her.
Yeah.
But with that, I'm Elise.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Allegedly Astrology.
Someone want to sing a song from Wicked?
I forget what song. Popular.
Oh, yeah. I honestly forgot like every song that was in that because
I feel like that was also part of the reason why people didn't like the second movie, because there's just not a lot of bops. Like not a lot of like bangers.
I do want to see the incel Tin Man. I heard
What?
news about that. The Tin Man is like so mean and crazy.
In the movie?
In the second one, yeah, he's like so crazy and
he has no
scary.
heart.
He was so cute in the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's mad in this one. He's like channeling
He's big mad.
Jack from The Shining.
Yeah.
jeez.
Interesting. I also heard that the original one, his the paint was like radium or something. It was like,
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
first
yeah.
Tin Man like got hospitalized and they had to bring in a new one. And they made the girl who played Dorothy, I don't know why I can't think of her name.
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
Yeah, they made her just like smoke cigarettes and drink soup
Yeah,
because
they
they
hooked
said she
her
was
on-
too fat.
she was up on uppers and downers just to like they wouldn't let
Even
her
her out.
eat.
God.
Yeah, poor.
So
For
I guess
Judy.
also food not eating
Oh,
is also attached to this story is in a way.
Weird.
yeah, because the first one was supposed to be Wizard of Oz is supposed to be
Oh,
cursed.
yeah, because they say you can see one of the little people hanging in one of the scenes, the
Yeah.
munchkins. I feel like I shouldn't say munchkin, I don't know. Maybe I need to
All right, I'm going
go
to
to
stop
school.
this recording
Oh, we're
now.
still
Okay.
recording, okay.